Man, this is awesome.
Oh, Clark, hey. Good to see you among the living, man. Check it out. It's the latest talent mix.
Thanks, Pete.
Good to see you all among the living. Hello, everybody. Talon Mix, Smallville Recap Podcast. Brian, Zach is here. Smallville episode.
Yeah, I'm calling from Krypton, which also happens to be where the writers phoned this episode in from.
Jesus Christ. This is a full ass. The days of, hey, this one wasn't half bad, appear to be gone, brother.
I don't know the timeline, but this really feels like the writer's strike is starting to impact these episodes because it feels like these are first drafts, the last few. I don't know.
This is this is not the first time at all Smallville's had this problem, but it feels like, the lore episode problem that a lot of shows of this ilk have, and this is an especially phoned in fucking
Right. Smallville has always been you have to work with it on the mythology logic.
Yes.
But even by their standards, this season and this episode in particular is like asking a lot of
I don't want to work with you here. You're asking too much of me.
Right, yeah, they're really like, don't fucking worry about it. That's what they're saying. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but no, don't worry about it. Don't ask any questions.
I'm happy to not worry about it if, like, some other part is really fun.
Right, sure, yeah.
But you've asked me to not worry about this episode. It's as if the show starts up and it's like, don't watch this one.
Yeah, we had to make this, but no one wanted to. I mean, it really feels, and I don't know the writers. I'm sure plenty of them were passionate, but it feels like the people in charge are checked the fuck out.
I mean, yeah, we don't know exactly where we are in the process of like some cast leaving, the showrunners leaving, but it certainly could be an element of like, fuck, I'm looking for a job next year. Like,
right. Also, and I think we've talked about, they wrote the majority of these scripts in a hurry to get them done before the writer's strike.
Right.
So I mean that shows.
Yeah. This is it's not a disaster that would evoke more care from me. This is just
no. This is not the worst of the season. I think this is probably better than the last two, maybe. But it's just particularly lazy with the mythology, supernatural type stuff.
Yeah.
And I do think, like, you and I were pretty hard on season 6 during this rewatch, but when we were watching it originally, we were into it.
Yes.
This season, I distinctly remember these episodes that we're watching now is where I was like, I don't give a fuck anymore about what's happening. I went from being like totally on board with this show to like, wow, I don't give a shit.
This is the first episode I can 100% say with 100% certainty I have never seen this. I didn't make it this far. Yeah. I dropped off now at this point.
Yes. Yeah. You're like, don't care about Kara, don't care about Clark's mom, don't care about Zor-El.
Right.
Don't care about Lana anymore.
No, there's no reason to watch this show anymore.
Yeah, maybe I care about Lois. Grant Gabriel, take him or leave him.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
I can't wait.
Yeah, and I'm sure this show, for me at the time, it wasn't me making a conscious decision like, I'm done watching Smallville. It was probably they began to stack up, and it's like, oh, right, I need to catch up. I need to catch up.
That's exactly what happened to me, because I worked when the show was on, and so this is before streaming.
Right.
So I would DVR it at my mom's and then go to my mom's and watch it. And, I think I caught up a couple times, and then it was just like, I'm good.
Yep. That's how it goes. This week we watched Blue. It's the 8th episode in the 7th season of Smallville. It is the 140th episode overall. It aired on November 15th, 2007. I, of course, know this because I'm reading directly from the Smallville wiki, smallville.fandom.com.
This is also the same year that Terminator: The Sarah Connor Chronicles premiered. I know that because that was one of the shows I was DVRing
Great show.
at the time.
Great show.
It's
Underrated.
a really fun show. So fun. Best Terminator sequel after Terminator 2?
Yeah. Best post Terminator 2.
Easily. There's no competition.
My parents were visiting a couple of months back, or about a month back. Just that's how time works for me now. Everything that's not yesterday is a couple of months ago. But,
Yeah.
they were here last month, and we were just flipping around on TV, and Terminator 2 happened to be on just in the middle of it, and I stopped on there, and that just happened to be what we watched. And my parents, both of them, were saying something to the effect of like, oh my God, it's just action scene after action scene. This movie's so boring. And I'm like, I am not going to fucking relitigate Terminator 2 with you people in my fucking home. How dare you?
This is so boring. God help them if they watch a modern action movie.
Seriously.
Show them a John Wick sequel.
Yeah,
See
right.
what they do.
My mom at one point goes, it's real light on plot. Shut up. It's Terminator 2.
Also, I don't know if that's true.
That is
compared
aggressively
to so many
not
action
true.
movies. Right, yeah.
There's a lot of
There's
plot going on in that goddamn movie.
Yeah.
Disagree. I was
Disagree.
so fucking mad. It just, the ways your parents can truly just get under your fucking skin is come into your goddamn house and tell you Terminator 2 isn't good. Ugh.
Yeah, it's boring and doesn't have enough plot. Like, whoa.
Ugh. Brutal. Fucking brutal. Okay, so on the Kent farm at night, Clark is thinking about his mother when Kara comes back from surfing in... Oh, did I go... No, I did not go too far.
So Clark is sitting there in the living room, and there's a fire going. And I did think to myself, in terms of TV sets that I like, places I want to visit, Kent Farm at night with the fire going, one of them.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
cozy. The way they light it looks real cozy.
Yeah. For
Not
sure.
sure why Clark needs a fire, but that's fine. It's just for ambiance.
Yeah, it's nice. It's the same reason you would put on a like fire screensaver on your TV if you don't have a fireplace.
Right, yeah.
I do
in
that
case
sometimes.
a random visitor drops by, they're gonna be like, "Why don't you have a fire? It's really fucking cold.
That's it.
What's going on?"
That's it. So Kara comes back from surfing in Coast City with Jimmy. Not with Jimmy, but she was in quote-unquote Coast City surfing. I have some thoughts here. First off, she's in a blue t-shirt like, I had a great time in Coast City. And then she says she had a great time in Coast City. I don't know what the fuck Coast City is.
I was gonna say, is that from a comic or is
It's
that just them
gotta
being
be.
like, it's L.A. It's L.A. that whatever.
Coast
City.
It's
Could be Metropolis based on the fucking seaport they have
right.
there.
And we get a line from Kara basically explaining why she wasn't in the last couple of episodes.
Yeah,
She's been
it's with Jimmy.
Yeah, she says something to the effect of like, "Can you believe Jimmy is like a great surfer?" That's fine. That's okay. Kara, you're fucking new around here, as far as you know.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily know that surfing is a highly skilled sporting activity.
When did you find out about surfing? When you found out how to hack your way into government computer files and shit?
Right. I just like you'd have never heard of surfing, and then at this surfing location, like, nah, you little bitch, you can't do that. Oh,
Yeah,
you
Jimmy's
can.
not bad at this thing I just discovered.
Maybe all humans are good at this. They are not. I am not.
No.
I say
No.
like I've even.
I did boogie. Well, no, I can tell you right now, neither of us is because we don't do. I did boogie boarding in like middle school, and I can tell you right now, there's no way I would be able to stand on a. I mean, it would take
stand on this board.
years
Nope.
of attempts.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, I think not good at it, quote unquote, is overstating it. So, like, which way is the front way of a surfboard? I do not know. Okay, Kara tells him she will tell him everything about Lara in the morning and tells him to get some sleep. Clark hears a voice from the farm and goes to check it out.
Look, Clark is about to make basically the same mistake he made in season 2, where
Yeah.
he heard a loud noise and then did something he wasn't supposed to do. Jor-El told him not to do. Like, just jumping ahead, at the end of the episode, when everything is resolved, Jor-El punishes Clark.
Yeah.
And normally you and I are like,
I was thinking the same thing.
Jor-El's a little harsh, right? Normally that's how we feel.
Yeah.
This time I'm like, Jor-El, do whatever you gotta do, man, because
Clark-
this kid will not fucking learn.
Clark is making some season 1 I'm a alien mistakes
Right.
here. Like
He finds the crystal and goes to the fortress, and Jor-El's like, hey, don't do that. This is what's happening. He's like, oh no, I have to. He doesn't talk to Kara about it. He doesn't.
Right.
What is going on? This is like the writer thing where it's like, yeah, maybe in season 1, buddy, he should know better at this point, and now you make me think he's stupid
right.
if he's doing this.
I think Clark would know the disembodied voice of his dead father. The disembodied AI amalgamation of his father probably knows a little more about the creepy crystals that go into the
Right.
console in the alien ice palace than he does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It would give him pause.
Right.
Right.
It's like Jor-El's got to make excuses like I got to do to my toddler of like, nah, fucking trash truck. It's not on today. Oh man, Netflix doesn't have that show today.
It's not on today. Yeah, that's great. Oh, that's hilarious.
It's like, yeah, no, the port for that blue crystal, it's not here today. It's just not here. It'll be here later. Don't worry, it's alien stuff.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Just come back in a week.
Yeah,
Talk
leave
to
it
your
here.
cousin.
Leave it here. I'll keep it for you.
I'll fix it. It's broken. Let me fix it.
All right. In the in the barn, he finds the voice coming from the blue crystal. This is the thing Kara got from the ship that she was looking for. He opens the box containing the crystal and hears his mother's voice clearly calling for help. He is suddenly transported to the Fortress of Solitude by the crystal. Convenient. Jor-El warns him not to insert the crystal into the fortress, but Clark disobeys him, saying that he can't turn his back on his mother. Bitch, you do not know this woman. Your mother is in Washington, D.C.
Exactly.
I understand that this is complicated for you. I'm not suggesting that it wouldn't be, but bitch, come on.
Especially given his relationship with Jor-El being so rocky, wouldn't he be like, I don't know this lady. Who's supposed to be my mom either. Who knows?
Right. Like, we'll get what the fuck even is happening here in sci-fi mumbo jumbo land. I do not know, but
also, Jor-El straight up tells him that's not your mom. She's dead. It's going to be a clone. Jor-El's setting this whole thing up.
Right.
I don't know how Clark knows he's supposed to put the crystal in the thing.
Right.
It's just a lot. It just happens so fast that they think we're not going to ask questions, but no.
Or is it maybe they don't even care if we did. They got to get this fucking script done before the union fucking bails.
No, this is us. Let's ask the writer off camera. Okay, he's shaking his head no.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Don't.
No, the writer's union steward is nodding no.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay, Jor-El warns him not to insert the crystal into the fortress, but Clark disobeys him, saying he can't turn his back on his mother. He puts the blue crystal into the console, and the fortress glows blue. Suddenly, Lara appears, disorienting and mistaking Clark for Jor-El, because they look the same. Remember, they've both been played by Tom Welling.
They look the same up till this point. We're going to get a different Jor-El later, and it will look nothing like Tom Welling.
He tells her that he's Kal-El, and she smiles as they hug. My beautiful boy, you are now a man.
Oh,
Fucking,
it's bad, Brian.
It's bad. Unbeknownst to either of them, a shadowy figure is watching them unseen.
I wonder if it's Jor-El, the person that Jor-El warned him was behind it.
That would be my guess. You know, I was scanning through this before cold reading it now, and I'm like, it's not that long, and now it's like, oh fuck, there's still so much left. Okay. In the morning, Clark takes his mother to the Kent farm. She says that her last memory is of Krypton exploding around her. So this is up to date. This AI or clone file is very, very like...
We cloned her as she was blowing up? Is
Yeah,
that
give
what
me...
we're- How does that work? How does that work?
Kara comes in and sees Lara. Lara is excited and gives Kara a big hug as Kara realizes that Clark must have had the crystal all along. Lara warns that Zor-El's replicant must be somewhere nearby. Why would... I mean, are they both in the crystal? I don't care. I don't care to get... If they don't care, why should I care?
Right, yeah. There's a crystal and now there's a Zor-El.
Yeah, but it was just, they were just like, well, Zor-El's got to be nearby too. I'm like, why? What? How did we get there?
Were they both hanging out in the crystal, like tiny versions in the crystal hanging out? Like
that's
for this whole time?
That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Like a
fucking
genie
Pokemon,
in a bottle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Itty bitty living space.
Good movie. Good movie.
Good
That
movie.
Aladdin. Not the not the new one. Not the live action one. I didn't see that.
Certainly not the new. No, it's not. It's not good.
Okay, Clark tells her that since there are three of them, Clark, Kara, and Lara, they have nothing to fear. I don't remember Kara coming to the conclusion that Zor-El is bad. So like they just
It was the two episodes ago when we did the first flashback to Zor-El. She saw
so she got
a memory, whatever,
right.
that she didn't see before. So I guess she didn't know that Zor-El tried to kill Jor-El until that memory. So now she knows that.
Got it. So she did get there. Okay,
Yeah.
fair. At the Daily Planet, Lois gives Grant Gabriel a photo of a breaking news story. Gabriel isn't impressed by the photo that we don't see. We just see them talking about it.
It's blurry.
Yeah.
Blurry, Brian.
But after a brief argument, they end up kissing. Lois begins to wonder if he just hired her for her looks, but he shows her an article she wrote about an underground fight club with Kane from WWE that convinced him.
Article must have been better than the episode.
Yeah, right. She must
didn't
have
blow me away.
Lied. It's much have expanded on that a bit. Yeah.
She said that the underground wrestling thing was as fun as a real wrestling match, but it wasn't. She said it was as fun as watching WWE, but it was not.
But it was not. Okay. They start kissing again. Just
they broke kayfabe immediately at the underground.
Yes.
It was really messed up.
I sure hope this underground fight club is going to be interesting and cool. It is not. Sure ain't. Chloe comes to the door and sees them smooching. Later, Lois sits down at her desk next to Chloe, but Chloe is upset that Lois has decided to date her editor. She sternly warns her that nothing good can come from their relationship and advises Lois to break up with Grant.
I don't know, cuz I'm an adult.
Yeah, hey, fuck you.
I appreciate the advice, but blow me.
Yeah.
Blow me.
Yeah. That said, probably shouldn't shit where you eat.
No, agreed. It's good advice. It's good advice.
It is correct.
The thing is, it doesn't matter when you're in those situations.
No.
It doesn't matter how good the advice is.
Oh, yeah, no. Now make it forbidden.
Right, yeah.
That'll really put an ice pack down its pants.
Yeah. Tell me not to do it.
Yeah, right.
Great. Thanks.
Ignore that crackling sexual chemistry that they tell me is here in this. That don't get me wrong, I'm not getting, but they are telling, not showing.
Fuck, they have more chemistry than Lana and anyone else.
Don't
at this
fucking
point.
Bring her up. Don't bring her into this.
Well, we know that she's not in this episode because they said she's off at Aunt Nell's, right? So obviously she's not going to appear.
Oh, that would have been nice.
She's doing stuff with Aunt Nell.
No,
somewhere.
they got the cage on the juice goblin. She's at the bar. Give me the juice. Give me the juice.
No, she's sucking Aunt Nell's juice somewhere.
Let me get that juice. That's Lana now.
Where's the juice? Give me the juice. Where's the juice? And then the writer's like, we don't have any, Lana.
There's no more
We can't
juice.
spare any. We got no juice.
I'm gonna get it.
We're trying to produce any juice right now. You have to go with Aunt Nell for a while.
Let us refill the juice stores, Lana.
Exactly. Yeah. You're not gonna have any to steal. Oh.
In the Kent barn, Zor-El meets Kara and gives her a hug. Kara is upset and tells him that she knows he tried to kill his brother Jor-El. He tells Kara that he has changed for the better and then orders her to go to the fortress and wait for him.
I've changed for the better. Now let me order you around.
Yeah, right. Okay, so we're kind of just doing here, and it'll get more into it, but we're kind of just doing a half-baked like Zod thing again.
Yes. Yeah.
This could have
it's
been
almost-
Zod. Like,
Almost literally, they will do this again in season 9 with Zod,
fucking dope. We have not. Remind me.
including clones,
Got it. Remind me.
bringing back his dad. Sorry,
What
it's
we've
really
seen.
similar.
Jesus. What have we seen with Zod in this show so far? Has he only been name only, or has he been cast
He
on the show?
possessed Lex. He possessed Lex. Remember?
Got it. Right. But there is no actor who has played Zod so far.
No, not yet.
Got
Not
it.
yet. We will get that. Basically, I don't think you give a shit. The bottled city, the Kandor, the
Yeah.
clones, and it's done much better than this, though. It's during
That's
a good
good.
season. So
That's good.
yeah.
I
I remember when it was introduced, being like, "Oh fuck, they're doing Zod again." But it actually did. If I remember, it was good.
I'm encouraged that there's good stuff coming. There's good stuff
Yes.
on the horizon.
Yeah. I honestly don't think it's too long because, again, I think once Lana drops out this season, it ends strong.
Okay.
Ends strong.
All right. Zor-El then goes to Luthor Corp to find the vessel of Jor-El Lionel Luthor. Oh, because this got important again? This dropped fucking...
No, we got John Glover, and we got to use him because
Right.
help us, please.
He doesn't. This is no...
No, he's fine, but it's
No,
there's only so much you can
you're
do.
dropping a tangled knot of a storyline onto John Glover's desk, and he's like, "What do you want me to do with this?"
Yeah. Oh, Lex. Oh.
Zor-El orders Lionel to tell Clark and Lara that he should trust him. When Lionel refuses, Zor-El attacks him and is just about to kill Lionel when Clark shows up and punches him through the window. Then Zor-El flies off. As Lionel is taken away by paramedics, he warns Clark about Zor-El's plans.
Interesting Lionel move. Normally you'd think he would try to manipulate Zor-El, but he's straight up like, "I will not turn on Kal-El. Fuck you, bitch."
John Glover had one day this week. And there was something
he's
good
like-
at catering, and he's like, I'm going over there for...
Yeah. Can you film my next scene with me on a stretcher because I'm not standing?
Yeah. Clark takes Lara to Queen Tower, which thankfully, once again, is still in use because that set is still standing. That set must just be standing this season.
Do you think Oliver Queen was like, Clark, when I asked you to house sit, I didn't think you'd use it as a safe house once a week. You know how many windows have been shattered in this place? Every time you have someone come over here, there's a violent incident.
But Oliver, it's a clone of my mom.
It's like, okay. Oh, there's cloning now and you didn't tell me? I don't believe you. That's what Oliver would say.
Okay. Lana arrives and Clark introduces...
No! You were at Aunt Nell's. Brian, I feel like we're over halfway through the episode before she shows up.
Yes.
It's a late appearance, and it's like a jump scare for me because I was like, my guard was down. I was like, okay, we're safe. Everything's fine. And then that music, Lana,
right
there. You see her silhouette walk in that voice. Hi, Clark, I got your message. I'll go make some tea.
Oh,
No.
you do that, Lana. You fucking
No one
do
wants
that.
your tea.
No one wants your tea, Lana. But you should go into the other room, not
Yeah.
near where
You
the
can't
story
trade.
is.
You can't trade tea for our juice. What little juice we have. We don't want your tea in exchange
Yeah.
for our juice.
Yep. I've tried to give. I've given my daughter iced herbal tea in place of juices. She knows the fucking difference. She knows the fucking. Like... So Lana arrives and Clark introduces her to his mother, and Lara gives Clark Jor-El's blue victory ring. Clark puts it on before going outside, where Zor-El confronts him, trying to sway him to his cause. Clark once again making season 1 fucking mistakes here. We are in season 7 of this fucking television show, Clark, where colored rocks from your home world turn you into a nasty little fucking freak boy or kill you. Those are the options. Why are you just putting on a fucking blue one? Your mom doesn't... I'm not even saying, oh, well, I trust my mom. Your mom doesn't know shit. She doesn't know fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I would be like, hey, Mom, I appreciate the gesture. However, on Earth, these rocks have a weird effect. Let me talk about it for a second.
That could make...
I don't know what...
You don't know that blue kryptonite doesn't make your dick just fall off. You don't know that.
Oh, no, it's the kind of kryptonite that makes a dick fall off.
It's... You don't know. Does he fucking know? Where's the lie?
No. This guy, Clark, he must have had a concussion or something.
They say he can't get one, but I don't know.
Well,
He's got a brain. He's got a skull. It can happen. All right. Zor-El tells Clark that Kara told him where he was. Clark doesn't believe it and attacks Zor-El, but quickly realizes that the ring has stripped him of his power. You dumbass!
And they fight against this car. It kind of gets effed up. I don't know if it's a destruction. I don't think we can count it. But this car, for some reason, is parked like diagonally across this alley. I don't know if you noticed. I don't know whose car it is.
I didn't catch this.
Why is it parked that way? It's very strange.
Lana just in coming to get that juice.
Fucking Duke's ass. Yeah, I heard there was storage.
Yeah, fucking juice up here.
And it's like, you heard wrong, Lana. There's none.
No, there isn't any. There's... It's like it's fucking Dune where the moisture is precious.
Yeah, you need those suits that just recycles it.
Yeah. That's all we're doing here. This is the Dune of episodes. And you know what? I mean that because
you mean over? Well, it has to be overrated if that was the case.
That is, yeah, right.
Hey, shot it,
hey,
Dune.
Yo,
take that, dude.
You guys
Dune
see...
can handle it.
Yeah, yeah, right.
It.
Yeah, everyone's counting their fucking money.
Yeah. Brian, we talked over text, and I'm not going to open the vault here, but I rewatched Logan, and we might have to open the vault in the near future.
I will. Maybe I'll rewatch it. And we'll do our. We'll do the.
Oh my gosh! Yes, that could be a special small.
We might need
episode.
a Phantom Zone like version of the show where we just talk about the shit that.
Oh no! Does that mean Trump and Howard Stern are on too?
I think we'll just get it all done. We'll get it all
talking about
out there.
Logan.
Yeah. All right, I will rewatch Logan, and
here's what's going to happen. You're going to get 45 minutes in, and you're going to go, "Hey, maybe I was wrong about this. This is well made, good acting. I'm kind of into what's going on." Yeah. And then by the end, you'll be like, "This is wretched."
Yeah, we've talked about it 100 million times. Obviously, that's why there's a vault. But for everyone, like, this is great cinema. There's a bad Wolverine. Hugh Jackman is also bad Wolverine, which is fucking dumb. Look, it's okay to like a dumb movie, but you like a dumb movie. I'm sorry.
No, and apart from that, I think there's very real story problems. Like, I don't think it knows what it wants to say.
Sure, yeah.
It's very muddled and confused. It's got all. I mean, it's so well acted. and like well shot and stuff that I get why people are tricked into thinking it's a good movie.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I'm sorry if you're like, oh, what are they talking about? This is good. No, you're a dumbass. I'm sorry. It's okay. I still love you. You're an okay person who deserves a home and food and the love of your family. But you are a deeply stupid human being. I'm sorry. And it's
if you
we're the only ones who aren't. Zach and I are the only ones who aren't. That's it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We are on the fucking Matrix ship going through the weird tunnel.
If you like a movie, that's fine. But if you think that movie is profound,
fucking
buddy,
stop. Fucking stop. All right, put that. It leaked from the vault. There's leaks all over.
We lose 2 viewers or listeners every time we criticize Logan. I think
we are cratering.
We are on the losing.
We're
on the losing side of that battle.
We don't got no juice to spare.
Logan is our Lana. Just comes in and sucks our juice.
Speaking of that, 2 episodes ago, we got a huge spike in listeners that did not then carry on into subsequent weeks. No idea. It was the episode about Warrior Angel, the Warrior Angel movie. I have no idea why that has 3 to 4 times our normal listens.
Whoa.
I doubt they made it all the way through it, is the thing. But I don't know what spurred people to then go and click on that one. I'm fully like, did I say something fucking really stupid on it?
Yeah, can you hear me going to the bathroom in the middle of the episode or something?
So I don't know, but then it didn't carry over. So whoever came in on it was not charmed. But
shit, maybe we got to listen to that episode to figure out what the hell went right or wrong.
Right. I wonder if the title of the episode is just like the Warrior Angel movie, and I wonder if that and Smallville, maybe like Smallville movie hit something.
Name the next one the Warrior Angel movie again and see if that
right, yeah. Just see what happens. The idea that like it's a podcast with like no traction to it. So I don't see why like a Smallville movie, I'm going to find out about that from here. Like this is where these guys are the ones that are going to break that news.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have no fucking idea.
I wonder if movie being in the title. I don't know.
I don't know. This is not the place to unpack it, but who cares? No one's listening. Because we just talked about Logan.
Call the next one like naked pictures of Ryan Gosling or something.
Yeah. That's it. We mentioned it here, so I can.
Yeah. Yeah. Or just call it this episode does not feature naked pictures of Ryan Gosling.
There you go. Okay, so Clark doesn't believe it and attacks Zor-El, but quickly realizes that the ring has stripped him of his power. Once again, dumbass. Zor-El throws Clark down and explains...
He's like, but I still have my dick, so...
So, joke's on you!
And now I can bone my girlfriend without worrying about killing her.
Yeah. Oh, that ring's great.
I mean, that ring would come in handy if he could take it off and on at will.
Yeah, right. That was... Zor-El, you telling me my man has had sex 2 times in his life, and that's not the first thing he thinks of when he puts it, like he loses powers. Like he's getting tossed around, but he's like, at least I can get my dick wet.
He's like, I hope I don't die so I can have sex again.
Zor-El throws Clark down and explains that he had set up the blue crystal so that Clark would resurrect Lara, who would give him the ring. Clark can't remove the ring and remains powerless, but Zor-El spares his life on behalf of Lara.
Some like 10 moves ahead Joker planning shit.
Yeah, right.
There,
yeah. You're going to do this contrived thing, which will then spur this contrived Rube Goldberg.
Yeah.
Lara and Lana are drinking tea in the clock tower when Zor-El enters to take Lara to the fortress. Yes.
How did she get the ring? She's a clone. Did he clone the ring?
Does this make no fucking sense? Yeah. It's not your mom. Okay, but it is, though.
Yeah, it is in every way. She has her clothes and her ring.
I mean, considering I guess the real Lara L blew the fuck up on Krypton. It's about as close as you can fucking get. Like,
Oh shit.
Jor-El is just a disembodied voice, and he takes up a lot of fucking oxygen.
Yeah, he apparently can do so many things too.
Right.
He has control over the weather and shit. Like, it's crazy.
Lara and Lana are drinking tea in the clock tower when Zor-El enters to take Lara to the fortress, tossing Lana aside. Boom, knocked out. They like bruised up her face for this shot. Like, they were like,
They're like, we have to have you in the episode, but you're going to be here for one scene and you're going to get knocked out.
yeah,
So
because we don't have anything for you.
no juice for you. No juice for
No
you.
juice for you. I was just shaking her fist.
Concussion.
I'll get you next time.
Concussion.
Yes, concussion. Clark comes to Lana's side and sees that his mother is gone. Clark goes to the Daily Planet to ask Chloe to give him a ride back to his barn so that he can confront Zor-El.
Thank God
Maybe
we have
they
the
got-
Julian Luther Bridge, or that's going to be a big ask.
Yeah, right? He tells her that Kara has betrayed him. At the Luthor mansion, Lex Luthor is playing pool with Grant, so the pool table is still in play, huh?
And Lex is still in play. It's even longer before he shows up. He
Yeah,
shows up
right.
with like 15 minutes left. And do you think he was like, yeah, I'll be in the episode, but keep me the fuck away from Lana.
Yeah.
Okay? She can't get any of my juice. I got a little juice left.
I got a little.
She doesn't get it.
That's just fucking human kryptonite. Lex tells him that he needs to stop dating Lois. Grant assures Lex that he can keep her in the dark, but Lex insists, noting that Gabriel would be nothing without him.
Yeah,
Jesus.
they're hinting at something Lex has done for
This is gonna
Grant
go
Gabriel.
so off the fucking rails.
Brian, you don't even know, bud.
Oh,
You don't even know.
fuck.
You don't even
Great.
know.
Great.
However dumb you think it is, it's way dumber.
Oh, fucking hell. No, they can't. No, there's the floor.
Oh,
here
it's
is
dumber.
real low.
Oh, no, Brian. We're digging. We're digging under the floor. We're going down to the basement, baby. And when we get to the basement, we're going to get a fucking jackhammer and chisel at the fucking
It's
concrete down there.
We're going subterranean, which is where we
Yes,
keep the
yeah.
worst episode of Smallville, subterranean.
We're headed to the core.
Yeah.
We're headed to the core.
At the fortress, Kara is waiting and sees that Zor-El has come back with Lara. Kara asks her father if he hurt Kal-El. Lara then offers herself to save her son. Zor-El responds by programming the fortress console with the crystals to create an eclipse. Okay. Planning to wipe out humanity.
This is what I don't... They control the moon?
Yeah.
What?
What the fuck? What
How
is
does this crystal
What does this
control the
fortress
moon?
do?
This...
What does
This
it
crystal,
do?
This fortress. I don't understand. What do you even need Superman? You have that much power. in
Yeah,
that
right.
thing.
Hey, so we put the console in here up front. I add some extra features here. This button right here, it controls the moon. Can wipe everybody out. Don't touch this button. There's no point in touching this button unless you want to wipe out humanity. Why would I want to do that? Oh, I don't know, man. But you said you wanted all the fixings, so here they are.
I just love the idea they can do all this, but Jor-El couldn't figure out a way to get him and his wife in that fucking ship.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
They could not figure out a way to get there. He spent too much time building the crystals and shit. He's like,
There's
fuck, I ran out of time.
There's a line here about like Jor-El did the best he could. And, like, yeah, all right.
Did he?
But he was a dumbass.
Yeah, I
He
don't
was
know.
too. He
Too
was
busy
too
banging
busy
his
making sure
assistant.
his assistant ended up in the Phantom
Ass-
Zone. Like that took up a
yeah.
lot of time. Had to clean up that mess.
Shit. Jor-El.
Okay, Kara tries to stop him by pulling out the blue crystal, but she can't. Zor-El tells her that only Clark can pull the crystal out. Okay.
But yeah, this is another why. Ryder shaking his head.
Yeah.
Don't ask. Don't worry about it.
Back at his barn, Clark cannot get the ring off, so he decides to go to the fortress anyway. As he is about to leave, the sky grows dark as Zor-El's eclipse begins. Do they explain this? How the fuck is he gonna get to the fucking fortress if he ain't?
I think he uses the portal, doesn't he? Is that thing still
great.
there? The Quachi Caves or whatever. Fucking.
I thought they just got. Oh, maybe they're fine. I don't fucking know.
I think they're there whenever we need them to be there.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, why stop there this episode? Why would that be a problem in this one?
Unless like they should have just had him like roll in on a snowmobile with like icicles covering his face and like
fucking
out
sick.
of breath. Like,
I'd give this episode fucking 5 stars if that was the case.
He's the whole scene of him renting a snowcat like fucking Scatman Crothers in The Shining. Hey, I need to get up to the North Pole.
Beautiful.
To the Overlook Hotel.
Lois meets Grant in his office and tells him they should stop seeing each other. He goes along with it, but soon they are kissing again.
Cool.
Great. Awesome. Fucking so many paragraphs left. Lara finds a Kryptonian dagger in the fortress and tells Kara that Jor-El always kept one to protect his family. Lara plans on killing Zor-El, but Kara decides she wants to do it, figuring that if he caught them, he would be less likely to kill his own daughter. Zor-El returns and claims he can't find Clark, but Lara thinks he's lying. Kara attacks Zor-El with the dagger, but he easily stops her. Lara tries to help Kara, but Zor-El hits her and starts to choke Kara. Any thoughts?
Very
on this?
abusive.
Yeah, it's
very
not
abusive.
good. Not good. Shouldn't do that. Clark arrives with the green kryptonite and uses it to weaken Zor-El. Kara directs.
I guess I have this quick thought.
Yeah.
Kara and her dad both have superpowers: super strength, super speed.
Yes.
She has a knife. I feel like if I wanted to stab you, Brian, and either we were both normal human or both had superpowers, and you didn't know I was going to stab you, I would I could stab you pretty easily.
Right. They should be. I mean, he might just be stronger because he's older. He's more of a.
Right, but unless she was real obvious about it. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it is a.
That
it
is
is
like a quick.
It's a good point.
I feel like it's a ball drop on Kara's part, or maybe she didn't want to. She was because it's her dad, and so she kind of half went in at it. Or
Here's
whatever,
the beautiful thing about this episode not making any sense. It's a blank fucking slate. The writer's just like, yeah, sure, yeah, that one.
Right? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Clark arrives with green kryptonite and uses it to weaken Zor-El. I fucking hate that. I don't like that. Okay, so kryptonite fucking kills you unless you don't have powers.
Right, your powers, right? Yeah, which we can take away. The whole take away your powers thing never made any.
It's never fucking worked. It's always My thing is always like I just kind of thought this stuff was like innate to Superman, not like a power he has.
No.
But Clark arrives with green kryptonite and uses it to weaken Zor-El. Kara directs him to the blue crystal, and Clark leaves Zor-El to stop the eclipse. Lara tells Clark to destroy the crystal, but he doesn't want to lose Lara again. Zor-El manages to knock the green kryptonite away and tries to attack Clark, but Kara attacks him. Lara begs Clark to destroy the crystal and save Kara. She notes that even if he was able to defeat Zor-El without destroying the crystal, he would still have the ring and be stripped of his powers, preventing him from fulfilling his destiny on Earth. I hate that too. I hate that Superman is his fucking destiny and not like, why would that be your destiny? Imagine finding out your destiny is to like save a random planet you don't live on.
Right. When was it determined that this was his destiny?
Right.
I don't know.
Right. And like, isn't the whole thing like Superman is fucking dope, and he's like, I'm gonna help people, not be an overlord.
Yeah.
But like,
I have
also
to
that's
do
like
this.
pre-written. Like, come on. It's the problem of trying to add this important like gravitas to ultimately a funny book character who can lift up big things.
Right. It's also the prequel problem, right? Where
Right.
the audience knows this is where we're headed, right? So
Right.
it's prophesized.
Suddenly Darth Vader is so important, even though like Darth Vader's only
Right.
important in Star Wars because we like him.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
It's-
Suddenly he's the chosen one.
Right.
Right.
Um
It was always the tragedy of Darth Vader, Brian, all along.
of course,
That was the
all along.
from the beginning, in spite of all the paper trail, the vast array of evidence that
Aside
says
from
the contrary.
not at all.
Yeah. Aside from that clearly being not the case.
Right. I always love pointing out, and man, people do not enjoy it. The whole like Luke and Leia being brother and sister, that was just wrapping up a loose end from the other one.
100%. No, that one, there's no argument about. That is 100% correct. That it
Right.
was originally Luke had another sister that's like when they said there is another, he was going to have another sister on another planet that he was going to have to go find and then help train her to be a Jedi. But then Lucas was like, I don't want to keep making these forever.
Right.
And was making Jedi, at least at the time. And so he's like, let's wrap it up. This is a nice way to wrap it up.
Yeah.
And so that's where that comes from.
Shit. Wait, that would have been good.
No, that would
have been good.
Yeah, he was going to make them indefinitely, and it was like maybe Luke goes off to search for this, and that's a movie, and so
right.
instead of it being like, oh, this is one story I'm finishing right here, and now he's like, all along it was I had this planned exactly like that. No, you didn't.
No, you fucking
We have it.
didn't.
You have your notes, man. We have
Right.
your drafts of screenplays.
Right. And like, you know, I've said it before, like, I'm not saying he wasn't thinking about it a lot in the shower, but that's nothing.
Oh, no, yeah.
That's nothing.
Totally.
Like,
No, I'm sure that yeah, exactly. You had this was an option in your mind.
right.
Maybe. Yeah.
Right. Ugh.
But if you like obviously, if you were planning it all along, you wouldn't have had him making out in the second
No.
one.
Right.
It's very clearly set up as a love interest and then a love triangle with Han Solo that they abandoned in the third one to wrap things up.
Right. I've seen some 70s marketing materials of the original Star Wars, and the tagline to that fucking movie, it's a great tagline, is the story of a boy, a girl, and the galaxy. It's like,
Right.
shouldn't have done
also,
that.
He's like the poster, he's got abs and like a
Right.
six pack and like pecs, and he's like holding Leia and she's half naked.
Right.
It's like,
God,
brother
that's a
and
dope
sister,
poster.
alright.
That is a
It
dope
is a
fucking
dope-
poster
it's
for
a
like the
great fucking
twerpiest
poster.
adventure hero of all time.
Totally. It was drawn before they cast Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. Clark reluctantly agrees and destroys the crystal by smashing it against the fortress console. Laura and Zor-El disappear. He looks around for Kara, but she is gone too. Kara wakes up on a rainy street in Detroit with no memory of who she is and is taken in by the kindly owner of a small cafe. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yes. First of all, why would the crystal launch her to Detroit? The writers said, I don't fucking care. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Watched RoboCop last night. And like,
right. I love that she wakes up in the street. She walks over to this diner, and this lady's like, hey, I was about to close, but you look like you need blah, 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 blah. And Kara goes, where am I? And the lady goes, Detroit. Brian, if I'm working at a cafe and someone knocks on the door and is like, where am I? I would be like, Bob's Cafe.
yeah, right.
I would
well,
be like,
you are on the
Portland?
planet of
You're in
Earth.
Yeah,
And-
you're in Portland.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, you're lost. This is a Kearney Street. You
Yeah.
take a right.
Yes, right.
You're in Portland, hun.
Yeah. Fucking stupid.
Like if someone said that to me, I'm like, yeah, I know I'm in fucking Detroit. I mean, like, what is this?
Right.
What is this street corner? What neighborhood is this?
Which also, where am I? Not a great question. There's a lot of answers to that.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so the next.
What's your name? I don't know. So she's got amnesia.
Great. Memory loss.
Oh shit! Yes, good call, Brian. I didn't fucking think about that. I mean, is this just the clearest we don't know what to do with this character. Let's get her out of here for a
Yeah,
while.
seriously, before we build another juice gremlin, like they're made, not born.
Oh shoot.
The next day, Clark is in the barn when Lana arrives. Lana tries to comfort Clark, but also tells him, that she isn't sure she's good enough for him. There's a line here about how, hey man, you wanted to see your mother. I, more than anyone, should understand that. And Clark dodges that fucking conversation.
Let's not talk about your mom or what happened to
Moving
her.
right
Who's
along,
responsible, because you somehow haven't put those pieces together yet, Lana, and I'm not going to help you. If she finally finds out, and he's going to be like, oh shit, you might be right.
Yeah,
I didn't think of
wow.
that before. Maybe it was the meteor shower from my spaceship arriving, and it's my fault. I had not thought about that.
Man, just
I'm
crazy.
sorry.
That's so. Oh man, sorry, my bad. Clark reassures her that he believes in her. I love this exchange here, love in heavy quotations. It's Clark says something to the effect of like if I'm a great person, you're not far behind. I like the
Whoa.
just the straight up
Whoa.
oh no, I am pretty dope though.
Yeah.
I'm a nice guy.
Oh, you're no slouch, Lana. You're no slouch. You're not Krypton great, but you're pretty cool.
You're right. But also, no, you're not. He doesn't know that. No, she's not. Clark reassures her that he believes in her. Lois and Chloe are at the Daily Planet, and Lois is telling Chloe about her story that the eclipse was not natural. Gabriel comes in, and Lois lets Chloe believe she's broken it off with him. Lex is talking with his experts about the eclipse when Grant comes in. Grant is upset at Lex for having cameras installed in his office to spy on him. Lex apologizes and tells them that no one, especially Lionel, can know that Gabriel is actually ... Julian Luther, his quote-unquote long-dead brother, actually given up for adoption. Zach, this scene happens, and it's like it wasn't a full whoa or what. It was just take it again. Scratch that. Nope, you tried it. Take it again.
Yes, I'll give you another shot. Just rewind. Go back.
No.
Funny game style.
No.
Right.
I don't like that. No.
What Lex implies here is that Lionel gave him up for adoption secretly and then pretended he was dead, faked his death somehow.
Why?
Right. No, let me tell you something, Brian. That is going to turn out... spoiler alert. That's not going to be true.
Okay.
We saw Julian Luther die, remember?
Right. Oh, is he a fucking clone? Is he a
plot...
fucking clone?
What plot contrivance introduced as an option this season could explain?
You gotta be fucking kidding me. No, I'm taking clones away from this show. No. We gave you clones. We thought you were responsible enough for clones. You're not. That's my bad. That's not your fault. That's my fault for thinking.
They fucking ran with it, Brian. You gave him a mouse a cookie, and we're just dropping clones left and right on this fucking show.
What the fuck are you talking about?
So here's my question.
Yeah.
When they introduced the Lana clone, you and I both made pains to describe how unnecessary it was.
Right.
Because you could have faked your death without the clone, and we didn't need that. Did they introduce that specifically so they could have Grant Gabriel be Julian Luther?
Yeah.
Was that the reason we had the Lana clone?
I mean, surely, right. Surely we broadened out some broad you brought it out, the broad beats. That's how words work. There was a cork board. There was index cards with kind of broad beats of the
Right.
season, surely. And so we had to work backwards. We can't just say clone. So we have to just say clone elsewhere.
Right, and that's the thing. They're like, well, we can't just introduce a clone, so we have to set it up. But their way of setting it up was just introducing a clone.
Yeah, right. No, it's
With-
you didn't do a good job. Yeah, I think you're right that we beefed it on some writer strike stuff, or we just beefed it because the show's in its 7th season, and
This is a lot of beef. I think this season was a lot of stuff they thought, ooh, that'll give us some juice. We can play with that. And then they got to the episode and we're like, oh, there's not really much here.
right.
Julian Luther was never anything. He was just he was Lex's trauma from the past. And it was a good episode. It's all about how his dissolution of his relationship with his dad, because his dad thought he killed him.
Right.
But really it was the mom, right? And it's
Right.
like
Right.
backstory stuff. But like Julian Luther being alive doesn't give you much.
No,
He's just some random dude.
unless we're trying to wrap up some sort of because we know this is Rosenbaum's last season. Are we trying to hit some sort of end game for Julian or for Lex?
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember specifically everything, but I feel like we halfway or maybe a little more through this season, we just abandon all of our plot threads and start over for the better, pretty
Yeah,
much.
That's a good idea. I think you could do that literally in the next scene if they were just like, that scene before, never mind, don't worry about it.
No, literally, they were just like, you know what, we're just starting over again.
We can't film a new thing. We got to hit time. Chloe is literally explaining it to the screen. Like,
yeah. Literally, people at home would be like, oh, good. Okay, good. Yes, no, that's great. Let's start over.
Yeah.
Let's go back.
Okay. Clark goes to the fortress to confront Jor-El, but Jor-El claims that he wasn't responsible for Kara's disappearance. Jor-El is disappointed that Clark hasn't learned his lesson and is still defying his father's instructions. He warns that this defiance can't go without consequences. Clark looks worried as he is bathed in a bright light. Yeah, you gotta contain this kid. He's a fucking mess out there. You're putting on rings.
Kill another loved one.
Yeah, right. All right,
you didn't learn his lesson.
Who's it going to be? Let's. We still got Lana on the board. I took Lana off the board, and then I put her back on.
I know that was a mistake. We should have left her off the board. Then you would still have Johnny K.
Right. So now that was it. That's also just Jor-El's mistake. We gotta take Lana off the board again, buddy. Blue, Zach. Here's a throwback. It's both a color and a wavelength.
Oh, yes.
Throwback.
Yes, old school. It's an octagon. It's a very common shape.
Kara's crystal looks different in this episode than it does in the previous episode. In Lara, it was thin with finger grips. Here, it is much thicker, and the grips are missing.
It can change. It's a Krypton thing. It's a crystal with people in it, okay?
Yeah. After Clark takes the blue crystal out of the fortress console, Zor-El and Lara's replicants persist. Although the solar eclipse ends immediately, Zor-El and Lara do not disappear until Clark destroys the crystal entirely. Okay. It remains a mystery how Kara was simultaneously depowered and teleported to Detroit, as well as losing her memory at the end of this episode.
So they never explain it. They never explain it?
Wow.
It remains a mystery? Is that what they're saying?
Yes,
Forever.
it remains a mystery. Wow.
So that is literally the writer saying, fuck you, I don't know.
We thought this was something. It's not something. It's
no.
What happened there?
And you know what? But no one was like, hey, let's spend more time on this so you can explain it. No one in the audience. To be honest, we were all
Definitely.
like, it's fine. Let's move on.
It's okay. It's in a sort of soap like this. Yeah, you got to shuck and drop storylines. Shuck and move.
Yes.
Storylines that aren't
I would
working.
be more upset if you spent time trying to make it work when it's not working.
Right.
Right.
Which
we've done on this show plenty.
Right. These aren't tight, like set in stone things. All of the blocks are kind of movable and like, if we haven't thought about that in a minute, it's okay.
It's fine. And sometimes they drop it, and then 3 seasons later, they're like, "Hey, I found a place for this block.
Yes.
We can bring this back here."
Yes.
And you're like, "Oh, you little idiots."
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Right. Okay. This episode establishes that at least one morph of kryptonite, blue in parentheses, was present prior to Krypton's destruction. Which is an interesting point.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. This is apparently this can't be true. Apparently this is the only episode in which Lois appears and she is not in physical danger in the episode.
The only episode?
This is apparently the only episode.
Well, they're making out pretty hard against that wall.
That can things happen, guys. You got to be safe out there.
The only episode she's not in physical danger? That can't be.
That can't be. We'll keep an eye out on that though. We'll just have to keep an eye.
I mean, who might have questioned the random wiki writer?
Right. They know more than me.
Sorry, Brian, I just had a thought. Zor-El comes from Krypton, where he does not have powers.
Yeah.
How does he know that the blue ring will take powers away?
The blue ring makes no fucking sense. The blue ring is the albatross around my neck of fucking nonsensical bullshit in this show.
Like, how does he know that does that?
That has to be a full, if anyone in the writer's room was like, how does this make any sense? Like, shut the fuck up. We have to get this written.
Get out. Get out.
You're fucking fired. You're fired. You're firing me for striking? No, you're fired
because you're asking stupid questions. Get the fuck out of here.
Any other thoughts on this episode? That
No.
I think we've given it its time. We've given it its due.
We've thought more about this episode than the writers did.
Truly, and that's on us. That's our fucking fault. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the Talon Mix. That's going to wrap it up for us this week. We'll catch you in the next one. Zach, do you have a question for the Smallville gods?
Actually, I was going to ask if Lana had a question. Lana, do you have a question for the Smallville gods?
No, she's going after all the juice. Zach, the juice, hide the juice.
No!